Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Today, I wanted to stop past and talk a little bit about the book I just finished, which is Ecce Homo by Friedrich Nietzsche. This is the third video, and I think the last one I'm going to do on this book. So, I want to talk a little bit about a quote that he says in the book. He goes, "That is why my relations with my fellows try my patience to no small extent. My humanity does not consist in the fact that I understand the feelings of my fellows, but that I can endure to understand. My humanity is a perpetual process of self mastery, but I need solitude. That is to say, recovery, return to myself, the breathing of free, crisp, bracing air." So this kind of reminds me of myself because, like I said in a previous video, that I can fit in everywhere. Everyone loves me, but that's only on the surface level. I never really feel at home in a group. I'm more of a person that is an introverted extrovert, which means I thoroughly enjoy people. I get a lot of energy from them, but I also need to come home into my being and renew and refresh. And a lot of people are like that and don't necessarily know that they're like that. They spend too much time in social settings and not enough time renewing personally. And so the more you spend time with me, the more I am not interested in having surface level conversations. I want, or surface level interactions or experiences. The more time we spend together, the deeper experiences or deeper conversation that I would like to have with you. I would like to have a deeper intimacy. And so it really is annoying to be in the world where everyone talks at such a surface level and talks around each other and talks around the problem and only talk to the problem, and no one ever talks in deep enough or in depth enough to be able to solve the problem, and they never flip the coin over and talk about it, talk about solutions. And so it's very problematic for me to always be in a world where people are always complaining and conversing about problems. And when you go to try to transition to a deeper topic or to talk about solutions, it becomes problematic, or they other you so quickly. Your other just so quickly, they will ridicule you, reject you, and they kind of just want to keep things surface because that's the safe zone, which is understandable. You have a lot of difficult things that goes on every day, and so conversations is kind of a safe escape. So when they talk about, like, chit chat, and it's just a way that you can connect socially with the next person without having to engage at a deeper level. It's brainless talk. And while I do understand it's beneficial on some level, at some point we have to get to deeper conversation. And for the most part, it seems that I can only have these deeper conversations with myself, to myself, while I'm by myself. Sometimes I can incorporate a journal or a pen, but outside of that, when I'm outside in the world, everyone is talking about surface talk, and it kind of just drowns out deep critical thinking or feeling or being. And so I like to go back into my own personal space and rejuvenate myself, to talk to myself, to process my day, to kind of reflect on how my day went, the things I could have did better, the things that I love that happened today, the things that I want to remember forever. It's like coming into yourself is a requirement for you to be your best self among other people. But it's also exhausting when other people want to keep things at a surface level, and there's so much work to be done. There's so many things that we can change together if we all just kind of did the work and went a little bit deeper, as opposed to talking around issues or talking to the problem all the time. And so I really felt that interesting. It was one of my favorite things that he said, because self mastery is so important in this society. From the moment we go to school to the moment we graduate and obtain a job, we have been training for a career. We go our whole lives learning new things, and the new things that we learn has to do with personal, professional development. It has a lot to do with our career. It's required of us. And many of us die without mastering ourselves, without even knowing ourselves. Personal mastery is kind of something that you can afford to do once you have accumulated some wealth. But I say it's mandatory and it must be done alongside professional development. You must continue to grow personally your whole life. Growth mindset and personal mastery must be among top values in your life in order for you to be able to reconcile the experiences that you're going through so you don't resent them or have any regrets for what is happening to you and the things that you cannot control. And so I just thought it was so interesting to recognize that so long ago that that the masses maybe may annoy you depending on what their actions are and depending on what your goal and vision is for yourself. Their actions or their chit chat or how they show up in the world may be very annoying, but you have to find a way to show them grace. You have to find a way to show yourself grace, because one thing is also true: if it's annoying you, it's because you are triggered. And so it's in your best benefit to figure out why you're triggered and do the work. So I hope that helps. Tell me what you think about the comment. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you an introverted extrovert? Are you an extroverted introverted introvert? Please share below and tell me how you feel when you are around other people or when you take time to rejuvenate by yourself. Tell me about your relationship and what you think about personal mastery. I hope that helps. Have a great day, work life warriors.